This is a claim that is now simply being trotted out, a la the claims in White Fragility in the book, that is untestable because your role in racist systems is so vague. What systems are racist, what makes them racist, and what is your role, that it is untestable. And so we are told, and I think actually, one of these, maybe I didn't include it because the picture was bad, advises that you can't just be not racist, you must be anti-racist. And this speaks exactly to some of what you and John McWhorter were talking about. That it is the quote-unquote anti-racist movement that is the religious movement. And it shows that they're good at PR, right? Antifa. If you're anti-fascist, well then, if you're anti-fascist, you must be pro-fascist. If you're anti-racist, you must be pro-racist. And of course, that's not actually true, that disagreeing with these movements makes you the thing that they claim to be fighting against, because it's really easy to claim to be fighting against something.
Well, I think we need to start engaging the idea that these are not terms and claims. They are moves.
Chess moves.
Yeah, they are moves. This is a system. And if you try to navigate by intuition, you will find yourself its pawn. There's no escaping it.
Yeah.
So I remember actually the first time I heard the term anti-racist. It was totally positive. Okay. First time I heard it was in the 4:00 meeting at Evergreen, where violence nearly broke out several times, and on
the first day of the protests that were turning into riots.
Yeah, where they were calling for my head. I decided to go to the meeting. They complained about the fact that I was there because would a guy who thought he was in danger come to a meeting like this? Now, of course, I hadn't felt that I was in danger until that meeting. But in any case, I was there, and several extremely courageous students stood up to defend me, including several students of color. Right?
Your students,
my students
who knew you.
Who knew me, who felt it imperative that they speak on my behalf, which I still am honored by their willingness to confront a very angry mob when, in fact, they would be targeted for doing so.
Including at least a couple of like small-bodied women of color, right?
Yep.
Like people who could easily have been at physical risk even if other people weren't.
And one such woman stood up in that meeting. The tape exists. You can look at Benjamin Boyce's documentation of that meeting, and you can see her defending me. And she says, not only is he not racist, he's anti-racist. And I heard her say that, and I thought, I'd never thought to use that term, never heard it, but what a lovely thing for someone to say about you, right? And now I feel about it exactly as I feel about feminism. There was a time when I would have said I was a feminist because I thought what feminism meant was equal opportunity for women. And of course, I'm for that. But obviously, feminism...
And frankly, the National Organization for Women thought enough of you to give you an award to that effect.
They did.
Back when you were fighting both racism and misogyny on the campus of Penn, the first college that you went to.
Yep. But, you sign up for these things. I'm not even sure when feminism became a term that I couldn't get behind, but at some point it was like, no way, right? That's not me.
Third wave went off the rails in the 90s. Again, a topic for many other conversations.
Right. Yeah. But my point is, you can't even just navigate. There's no basis to navigate other than, I want you to write down the definition. I'm not signing on to any word you can't define. Yeah. Which, is all.
And I want a stable definition that I can refer back to so that you can't just say, oh, no, that's not what we ever meant.
Yep.
Yeah.